Let me know when we're live. Okay, we are here. We're live, everybody. I am back. As promised, we're going to be recording Jaydi's story today. It's going to be episode 1 that I'm working on. If you don't know who I am, I'm Alicia Dianne. I am an artist, illustrator, graphic novelist, and this is my first full-length graphic novel. And I hope that y'all are going to enjoy this. I'm sharing this with my Cartoon Arts Center family. So Cartoon Arts Center, that's the group that I started in Los Angeles, and it's basically for cartoonists and animators and anyone who loves to draw. You don't have to be a professional. You can be a hobbyist if you'd like. If you want to be around other people that are professionals, it's a great place to be. But the comic that I'm making that I'm going to be sharing with you guys is Jaydi's story. This particular issue is called In the Beginning, and I am in the last stages of it. What I'm going to be doing for a few minutes first is I'm going to be doing a couple of figure drawings. They're going to be clothed figure drawings just because we want to be mindful of the rules and regulations on Facebook. So I'm going to be doing a few of these. I'm going to go ahead and start, and I'll be sharing more information about my comic. And feel free, if you have questions, to go ahead and ask. I'm going to be leaving my Facebook open just in case people have questions, just in case people are curious or whatever. Go ahead and ask me, and we're going to be starting. Let's go ahead and start right now. I'm going to do just 2 or 3 1-minute poses, and then I'll do some 2-minute poses. But we're going to get through this part of it really quickly. I just want to kind of warm up. So I kind of look at figure drawing as just like my warm up to basically anything that I consider worthwhile, any drawing, painting. Before I get started in my day, I want to get started with some figure drawing. It's really important to me. It's not the only thing that's going to help you keep your skills sharp, but I think it's one of the foundational things that really will keep your skills up there. And it's really nice to just have some way of really expressing, I don't know, sharpening up your eye, I guess, before you start getting into your work. I guess is the best way that I can describe it. Don't have time to really get their costume on with this, but I mean, even when you're drawing someone with the costume, you still want to kind of figure out the form first, and that's what I'm doing here. So just trying to figure out the form first, and what I do is I will layer whatever they're wearing on top of that, but just trying to understand first what's going on underneath that is pretty important. I did a few of these before we started, so I won't be doing too many more. Just kind of want to, and I always end up drawing it too big and resizing, but that's okay. As long as we get what we need to get. Onto the page. This will be the last 1-minute pose I do, and I'll start doing some 2-minute poses. It's a few of them, just to kind of get us ready. And then we'll move the camera over, and we'll start doing some watercolors. And I always set a timer when I'm working, especially if I'm working on a big project. This, telling how long it takes will help you in your future projects. It also helps you figure out, what it is that you charge, and if somebody wants to buy something, or somebody wants to commission you. If you have no idea how long it takes for you to make a comic, or how long it takes for you to make an illustration, or a panel, or a spread, whatever, it's going to be a lot harder. So I always like to keep time so I know how long, or at least have a better idea of how long the entire project is going to take me, right, from start to finish. And that's going to be it for the 1 minute. I'm going to do some 2 minutes. And for reference, I'm using Sketch Daily, sketchdaily.net. I love this site. They give you lots of options, and also like not only drawing humans, but they also give you the option of drawing animals and foliage to practice, and they also give you the option to practice drawing with clothes, characters, or models, I should say, or nude models. And I think that's a really nice option to have, especially if you're using a platform like this that doesn't allow for, you know, nude pictations or whatever it's called. What are they called? Pictations? I feel like that's not a word. I totally just made that word entirely up. A minute ago I had to like stop the video because my cat just dropped a bag of donuts in her litter box, and I had to go clean it out because her litter box is like directly parallel for me, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I can't. That's the only drawback of like my new office space that I made. This used to be our dining room, but became quickly our junk room, and it stayed our junk room for like several years, but I converted it into a studio office, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. I'll have to do like a 360 tour, but the only drawback is my cat's litter box is right there. You can't see my arm, but it's right there. Which is, you know, fine for when it's cleaned, but when it's not cleaned, it's definitely not fine. And I totally missed the 2 minutes of drawing for that one because I was talking about the litter box all the time. But I just had to share that little piece of information with you. Let's see, I'll do 2 more poses, and I think we'll call it and start cleaning. So I'm excited to show you my setup and how I get started. I won't be doing this every time, just like little warm-up sketches. I'm just doing it really because I ran out of time before I had scheduled my live stream. I was going to do it previously or prior to, but ran out of time with that. I was just like, alright, well, this is just going to have to be part of a live stream because remember LimeWire, guys? That place where we used to hack all of our stuff, or some people did. Some people hacked their things. Not me though. Not me. If you don't know what LimeWire is, you're probably still young. Which I am not anymore. Just kidding. Just kidding, I'm still young at heart. Okay. Remember guys, I can take some questions temporarily. And I did also say for the next studying the masters, which is only going to be a few more for this season of this series, which right now I'm doing Mary Blair. But I'm taking like recommendations, or not recommentions, but I am taking what is it called? When you take viewer's choice, I guess that would be. So I haven't selected which illustration of Mary Blair I'm going to be doing next. So if you have a favorite, you can definitely put it in the comments. Let me know what your favorite is. And first person who puts something there that is confirmed an actual Mary Blair, yeah, I will be recreating it. I kind of messed up on this picture, but oh well. Some of them will mess up, and I didn't get a chance to put her costume in, but she's wearing a bodysuit. Okay, just so you guys know, she's not nude. She's wearing a bodysuit. See? It's just very tight. Very, very tight. And It's on there now. I promise it's on there. Okay, last one. Sip of my coffee. I'm using a new filter. I don't know if I like it or not. I mean, it's coffee. I'll still drink it, but I was trying to save money by not buying more of the coffee pods for my Keurig, but I just love my Keurig so much. I love my easy access coffee pods. And by the way, Bill Gates did say that the best way to spend your money is in ways that helps you save your money. So technically, I am taking Bill Gates' advice when I buy a Keurig pods. I'm still it is saving me time. It does save. It is a huge time saver in the morning. So I think I'll use that as my excuse to get more Keurig pods, even though they're a little bit more expensive than buying, regular coffee. I think I'll just have to take the L on that. Whatever, I'll do it. Keurig is way better than whatever this is. This crappy filter that tastes like dirt. It's like a filter for your Keurig, but you put regular coffee in. I know the coffee is fine because we've made pots with it before, but I don't know, this filter tastes funny. Oh well. Like I said, I'll still drink it for today. Doesn't mean I'm going to be using it again. Because I probably won't until I run out of Keurigs again. This is not a commercial for Keurig, but it should be. I would totally take a sponsorship from Keurig. Yes, please send me all the coffees. Why don't they hire more artists anyway? We drink more coffee than anybody, I think. Especially lately. Oh man, we're drinking a lot. But that was like the thing too, like in art school we drank. That was back in the day when I didn't drink black coffee, I just drank cappuccinos, but I would definitely get my cappuccino every day. And sadly, that was when I used to smoke cigarettes too. Oh gosh, I can't believe I did that. I did when I was in my 20s in art school. The Republican recall. I'm getting text messages. I swear, like you do one good thing, a volunteer or something, or support, and then all of a sudden everybody is like texting you for every campaign. It's like, I'm over it, guys. Election was last year. I'm over it. Alright, so I'm going to say this. I'm going to make my screen big. Hi! And we're going to do a little walkabout. Hopefully my room is not dirty. Okay, we're gonna move. We're gonna be on the move. This is exciting. I have never done this, and especially I've never done this live before. But this is my extension cord. You guys can see my extension. I'm still wearing my glove. These are my colorful shoes that I'm wearing. Lady to turn on some lights or bring some other lights around, and it might look a for a moment, but I promise it won't stay wonky. It's just a little bit temporarily wonky. Can you guys see? Can you see me? Okay, temporary wonkiness, but it will not last. I promise you that. Let me move some stuff. temporary one. Hopefully it doesn't disconnect. Alright, so I have two sets of paints. I have my Master's Choice, which is the Hobby Lobby brand. It's okay. I started with it, but it does the job. I don't use it as my, I don't always, well, it's nice, but it's not the best quality. I'm going to say that, honestly, it's not. The other one I have is my Koi watercolor. That is the gold ticket right there. I love Koi. It's my favorite watercolor brand. I have other ones. I have, can you guys see? I have like the, what is it called? Winsor Newton. It's the really the most popular one. I think it's called Winsor Newton or something like that. I have like a travel pack of Winsor Newtons, but I haven't used their tubes just because I might have used their tubes, but not in excess. Not like I've used Koi. Koi is really the brand that I've been using like long term, so I kind of just want to stick to them for now. Well, I really like Koi, so that I don't think I'm going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. And so those are my colors. I'll be using these in some episode to come, not yet, but these are all of my markers. Not all of my markers, but these are my my fine tip markers. These are for inking. I have several different colors. Hopefully you guys can see. I'm checking back, but these I have the little microns. These are my favorites. I have a lot of these. So when I do inking and stuff, you'll see that. I also have these Faber-Castell. I'll be using these as well. This is my favorite watercolor brush ever. It's so nice. It is, who makes this? Master's Touch makes this. That's basically the Hobby Lobby brand also, but these are nice. And it's an 18 round, but I also recently got this one, which is an 8 round, and it's really soft. It's great for watercolor. It's really, really nice. It should be really, really soft on the edge for watercolor. And for my supplies, what supplies are we using? I'll show you. We use Canson paper, Canson watercolor paper. I'll show you what it looks like. This is one page I have that I'm not going to be using, but it's a Canson page. It's pretty thick. I'll have to find the weight of it. Eventually I'll be posting all of the supplies lists, but if you get a good printer, you'll be able to select in your settings thick paper, and so that's what I like to do, is put thick paper, and I like to put these straight through the printer, and that way I can get my sketches, which I do on the iPad. I usually do like the thumbnails just in a sketchbook, and then I clean them up on my iPad, and I make these drawings and I print them out at 30% opacity onto my watercolor paper. That way I can paint with a sketch underneath, and then I can ink over it. But you have to fold them so that I fold them this way on the smooth edge, because you have to put them face down, so when they print, they can print on the textured edge, because I always paint on the textured edge of watercolor paper. I really do not care for that smooth edge. Some people paint on that, I do not. And I think that's it for the rundown. I'm also planning to use these. I just got this set not too long ago. It's a set of Chow markers. They're Copics, but they're not the traditional Copics. These are Chow, which is what I've heard on the reviews is supposed to be the less expensive, but it's still supposed to be really good quality. I tested it out a little bit, but I haven't used them in excess. They seem pretty cool. I also have like Prismacolor markers, but they're not the shape of them is not for what I need. I really prefer Prismacolors to Copics, but for what I'm going to be doing with them, which is making prints, I really need a brush tip. And yeah, Prismacolor markers don't have that brush tip that I need for that. So let's see if we can angle the camera so that we can actually see the painting process. I'm going to flip it around so that you guys aren't breaking your necks. And I'm going to have to change. Let me bring in my camera also for my lights. Let me see. I can bring in some better light. Hopefully we can figure this out. I think I'm gonna have to grab a